Welcome back. So if you're planning to fly anywhere this summer, heads up, the Real ID deadline officially passed on May 7th, just a couple days ago. So that means the rules at the airport have changed. And if you're not prepared, you can find yourself missing your flight. So joining us this morning is Sarah Dandashy. I was there when the Real ID deadline happened.
Okay.
And so everyone was really worried about the lines.
Yeah.
It actually wasn't too bad, but we could start seeing a little bit more of a slowdown with people not having the Real ID.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, I'd like to think that by this point, everybody's aware that they should have a Real ID. They've been talking about this for many, many years. And
well, you have 20 years.
Yes.
They've been talking about it for 2 decades.
They've been talking about it for a while. Exactly. So for people that don't know, or especially if they don't know if they actually have a Real ID already, it looks really similar to a driver's license, but it would actually have a gold star, or in the case of a California ID, it has a gold bear with a star in the middle of it on the top right hand corner. And older driver's licenses say federal limits apply.
Okay.
So why does everybody care about this? Yeah, we can see some of the footage here in the airport. Why do we care? So basically, a Real ID, they require more proof of identification. So it's just a higher proof that you really are who you say you are. It's basically preventing identity theft.
Absolutely. So the process to get it, it's really not too tricky.
Not too tricky. Yeah, you just want to make sure that you have the appropriate forms of identification. So something like a birth certificate, a passport, your social security card, 2 forms of proof of residency. So again, it's just proving that you really are who you say you are.
Yeah, you just have to go through the whole process. Okay,
Exactly.
So if you show up to the airport now without your Real ID, what's going to happen?
Okay, so really what they want is a TSA-approved form of identification. That would be something like a passport card, global entry card, or even if you have a military ID. Now, if you don't have any of those and you don't have a Real ID, the good news is that they're actually handing out these sort of red cards. So it's up to the TSA agent whether they want to do additional security measures or deny boarding altogether. But as you've kind of seen, like in the past couple of days, good news is LAX has been pretty smooth.
There's some leeway with it.
Yeah, there's some leeway just because they're making sure that everybody, I mean, even my mother still doesn't have one yet. So
As some of the reporters I was with didn't even have it, and they've been covering it too.
Exactly.
It's just hard to go through the process, but
completely.
just take the time to do
Completely.
it. So, but you can use your passport.
Yes, you can use your passport. And here's the thing. Look, if you don't have one yet, you can absolutely still go to the DMV and get one. I actually, luckily enough, had to go to the DMV yesterday. Conveniently had to renew my license. So I already had my Real ID. But if you're looking to make an appointment, they are still booking out appointments, but it's several months out. The good news is, and this I just spoke to the DMV office yesterday, leading up to May 7th, it was very long lines, but since May 7th, it's definitely gone back to normal wait times. I only had to wait about an hour yesterday. I did not have an appointment, and I was in the Hollywood location. So definitely you can go ahead and make it happen. And it's you're not spending too many hours at the DMV.
And you can do most of it online before, right?
Exactly. So you can do most of it online. So really it's good to do so that moving forward, I mean, ultimately you're going to have to get a Real ID. So you might as well go ahead and get it now.
Can you wait to just renew when it's time to renew your license?
You can, but I would just say, again, get ahead of that and just go ahead and make sure so that you're not finding yourself at the airport and thinking like, oh gosh, okay, do I have my passport ID or do I have my global entry ID? So all of this is basically making sure that you have less number of, you have more options, identification options, and less stress, hopefully, at the airport.
Yeah, as I just kept saying all week, just get it done, and you don't have to think about it anymore, and it's just done.
Exactly.
So we are heading into the summer months, busy travel season. What other tips do you have for people to just kind of get through quickly and just get to where they want to go?
Yeah, so obviously make sure that you have the right form of TSA-approved identification. Give yourself a little bit of extra buffer time at the airports. Also, if you do not already, whatever airline you're flying on, get one of their apps. I think that's such a useful way of you're getting real-time updates as far as gate changes, delays on your flight, so then you know what's happening with your flight before you even get to the airport. So simple things, but it can make a big difference.
Actually, I was just on a flight last weekend, and I had never had any of the apps before. And Southwest was notifying me to check in for my flight. It was great.
Yes, it's. I mean, I live by my app, so that again, it makes everything so much smoother. And then again, just be mindful as far as what you need to go through TSA. So no liquids, all of that, smooth sailing.
All right, Sarah Dandashy, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Everyone's kind of confused still about this whole Real ID thing, so it's good to just talk it out.
Exactly.
You can find more information on our website at kcalnews.com.